All right, I'm only copying you about a dB above the noise level, so let me just give you some notes that you can jot down and then play with them at your leisure. Probably will help your signal. First thing is your compressor at about a 3. Bring your compressor in line at about a 3. Then move to your ALC meter and with just speaking naturally into your microphone, adjust your mic gain to where your ALC is running mid-scale to 2/3. Just as you're speaking naturally. Don't make it like you're setting a level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just speak very naturally, and as you speak naturally, adjust your mic gain to where your ALC is reading mid-scale to 2/3. Roger.
To where your ALC is reading mid-scale to 2/3. Roger. Roger on that one.
Gosh, had a pretty good copy on you that time. Repeat your name, please, sir.
Gosh, had a pretty good copy on you that time. Repeat your name, please, sir. The name is Jim, Julie, India Mike Jim, and we're in Mike Alpha country, Roger.
Roger. And let's see, and that is N1 Juliet Charlie Whiskey?
Let's see, and that is N1 Juliet Charlie Whiskey. That is a Roger.
Roger. Well, your signal's looking pretty good. I'm looking at it on the VU meter, which I normally do, and but VU meter I can tell what your dynamic range is. So if you would like, give me about 10 seconds and tell me about your antenna system, Roger.
About 10 seconds and tell me about your antenna system, Roger. Roger again. Antenna system is a Alpha Delta. Is a DXLB, for 160, for 80 and 40. It's a 3-band long wire, Roger.
Roger. Now, gosh, I have a game that sometimes I suggest folks might try. It's kind of a fun game. It has to do with voice control and how to utilize your voice most effectively on your radio. And it has to do with looking at your watt meter and trying to keep that watt meter at the sweet spot by just using your voice. In other words, when you tune up, you're probably using a continuous carrier, CW or whatever, and so you have a steady signal there on your watt meter, and you know what that place is. So now the challenge is, with your voice and speaking, keep your sideband signal as stable almost as that as that signal when you tune up. Roger.
As that signal when you tune up. Roger. Roger. I'm not sure on that one, but explain it to me again.
Okay, you're trying to keep your watt meter needle in the sweet spot. You're trying to keep your watt meter or your power output meter on your radio. As you're speaking, you're looking at that meter, and you're trying to keep that meter in the sweet spot just using your voice. So there's a combination of tempo of speech. That is how fast you speak, but not rushed, but consistent, and then the uniformity of your words as far as the loudness, So then, like I say, the challenge is to keep that meter in the sweet spot just by your voice control, and the more you can keep it right there at that sweet spot, the more effective your transmitted signal is going to be. Roger?
More effective your transmitted signal is going to be, Roger. I understand what you're saying, yep. Like I say, my HL is only like at the mid-range, halfway range up to meter. That's where I keep my HL, so I don't know if that makes any difference, but it's going to turn it back a little, Roger.
Well, what you're really doing is you're looking at your output, and you're trying to keep your audio up as far as you can to the sweet spot that when you tune up, you're trying to keep that meter up in that area. Because normally, if you talk like that, your level is dropping down between words. But You know, as you bring your tempo up just a little bit, pretty soon that meter is just kind of hanging there, and that's what you want. You know, you being thinking about what you're saying as opposed to just maybe looking off. And there are people that have a tendency to look around the room and kind of be distracted as far as their audio is concerned, and it shows, you know. So what you want to do is try to pay particular attention to your modulation level, and you're looking at it there on that power output meter, Roger.
And you're looking at it there on that power output meter, Roger. Oh, I understand what you're saying. Yes, I have the, I try to keep my voice level so I can know what you're saying. You're looking around, take your mind off of it, and you change your voice, and so on, yeah. I know what you're saying. Well, yeah, I'm losing you in and out, so I'm going to try that myself and with my headset, see what I can do. And then maybe next week I'll catch up with you, Roger.
Roger, Jim. Well, I should remember your name because your name and my name are the same, Roger.
I should remember your name because your name and my name are the same, Roger. Very good on the Jim. All right, everybody's name's Jim. Raise their hand. Okay, I'll catch up with you next week, all right?
Roger. Now, what did you say your location was?
Roger. Now, what did you say your location was? I'm in Mike Alpha, Massachusetts.
Roger that, Jim. Roger that. Well, say threes to you, sir. Thanks for checking in. And if you want to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, that will take you to our QSO-VLOG page. And on that page right now, we're running about 1,150 recorded QSO-VLOGs, but you'll be looking for one specifically entitled My Group AIRCHECK 6/12/20. Today's date. My Group AIRCHECK 6/12/20. So threes, Jim, you have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend, and if you get a chance, check back with us next Friday. I'd love to hear from you. This is KC9VKV and the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG Network, and if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.